Welcome back to the official Atari Games podcast. This is Jason here, and I'm joined by three returning guests. First of all, we have the champion of the last round of games of the Missile Command podcast, last one. He survived, and therefore he's back. Mark Perloff, senior producer, welcome back to the show.
Hey, great to be here.
Great to have you. Welcome back. Also joined by Sam Brown, release manager. How's it going, Sam?
Hello. It's good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. And lastly, but not leastly, Shah-Rukh Faridi, marketing coordinator. Welcome back, Shah. How's it going?
Hello. It's great. I love video games, and I know everything about them.
Everything
Wow.
you say.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Bit of a change of pace here from the last few episodes. We had a lot of back-to-back previews, hands-on interviews, those things. Check them all out if you haven't seen them. We talked about Breakout. We talked about iRobot. We talked about RCT3. We talked about Bread and Fred, all those things. But I don't have a specific game to talk about. So these fine gentlemen joined me to entertain a bunch of shenanigans. So we're going to talk some games. We're going to play some games. And just in general, we're going to have some fun. But before that, just some reminders. We released a whole bunch of stuff. And there's more stuff coming out. Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, it's out. It's on PS5 and Xbox consoles. It's coming soon to PS4. We'll have more to say about that shortly. Breakout Beyond, it's out on basically everything. And did you know people love it? And did you also know that if you have the PC version and an Atari VCS controller, you could plug that into your PC and play it with the spinner controls? How about that? How about that?
How about
Yeah, I know. Pretty cool, right? And also, at the time that this comes out, next week, iRobot, it's coming out. The latest Llamasoft joint, Jeff Minter's iRobot, will be out April 17th on all consoles and PC. So if you haven't done so yet, wishlist, pre-order, etc., etc.
To add to that, as of this podcast release, which will be Friday, the game jam has started for iRobot.
Oh, good call.
So make sure that you participate and add your weird Jeff Minter inspired games. You may be able to win and get some cool prizes.
That's right. You have any other information you want to talk about on that?
We have a website. It's going to be in the description. Go there, check it out.
Yeah, what is it? Why don't you just say it off the top of your head? What is it? It'll be in the description. Fair enough.
You go. It's in the description. Yeah, that has all of our rules, and there's a secret theme in there as well that you can put in your game. And we really just want to celebrate Jeff Minter and get the community involved.
Yeah, good stuff. Thanks for that reminder. Also, join the Atari Club Discord and review the podcast. Please review the podcast. You could also comment on Spotify episodes. You can also comment on the YouTube release. Nice comments are appreciated, but I do read them all. So just speak your mind. Have fun. Have at it. Tell me how much you love my silly games. Now, before we get to that, though, let's just talk about some games. It's been a while since we just talked about games, so I want to go around to each of you and just talk about what you're playing. So let's start with Shah, because I put your three names into a random generated list to get the order, and Shah, you're first.
Cool.
Randomly generated lists.
What am I playing? I recently beat Metaphor, which is great. 94 hours later, and I still want to play more of it.
Wow, speedrun.
Yeah, which you probably could. If you skip all the cutscenes, you could probably beat it in like 60 hours. But I dabbled in New Game Plus, but today I started South of Midnight. I played for like an hour earlier today. I decided to sign up for Game Pass so I could play it. And it's cool. It's fun. Again, I only played an hour, but the setting is really fun. It's like New Orleans, Southern Gothic. The main character has a really cool personality so far that I like. The combat is, I've only had a little bit of the combat, but it's cool. It's not a Souls-like in any way. It's there's no stamina bar. You dodge, you hit X. But I think there's like more stuff coming. But yeah, I'm enjoying my time with it so far. I love the setting, and it's nice playing a character that's not just like grizzled guy that doesn't talk much. It's like really refreshing. So I'm digging it so far.
Very cool. Now, are you playing with the stop motion filter on or off?
I am playing with the stop motion filter on. I feel like turning it off. Just what's the point?
Well, I just mentioned the Breakout. I mentioned iRobot. Jeff Minter. So Aka. Sometimes it kind of depends on the mood I'm in, or also the lighting in my environment, where you have the option to turn off the lights flickering all the time. It's just I think it's just a vibe thing. Sometimes people can handle it. There's definitely that's got to be an accessibility thing as well.
Yeah, it is. It is. I can see where it can get bothersome.
Yeah, I'm excited to check that out. My backlog is absurdly growing by the day here. All right, Sam, what about yourself? What are you playing?
I just finished the second Xenoblade. I really enjoyed it. I'm trying to play through the whole series. I know X just released, and you're playing that right now. Yeah. I enjoyed it. There were a few things that bothered me, like the map a little confusing to navigate with the waypoint, and the random. You'll be walking around the environment, and you have to go in this specific direction, and the game will say, "Oh, does one of your blades have level 3 wisdom? Hope they do." And if they don't, you kind of just have to keep either rolling for a blade that has that, or you have to go grind a little bit and do a very specific action in order to level up that attribute. A weird thing to have in the middle of the progression like that. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to play the DLC next, and then move on to 3.
So you don't like your gacha gameplay as a means of progression?
I'm not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. But the character designs were weird and for the most part fun, if not a little bit anime. Not that that's a bad thing, but
they are so anime. Kind of
extremely anime.
I wasn't going to jump in and say what I've been playing. I'm just going to let you guys have it. But while we're here, let's just take a tangent here. Yes, I have been playing Xenoblade Chronicles X. I am a fan of the series. And 2 is outlandish. It is so strange because it is unlike every other game in the series. It goes while the game is fantastic, it definitely leans into the tropes of anime that people that I think are the most polarizing aspects of anime, which is really over the top, sometimes too sexualized anime designs, exaggerated features, like some worse than others. And man, it would be brutal. But I assure you, despite all of that, it still tells a fantastic story with great characters and the world design, the music. Man, it's nothing like a Xenoblade Chronicles game. And oddly enough, while you just finished Xenoblade Chronicles 2, that is actually the third release in the series. So Xenoblade Chronicles X is the second one.
Oh, yeah.
When it came out on the Wii U, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the other 3 games, as far as I understand so far. But I am enjoying my time with that as well. I've put 30 hours into it, and that is why my backlog is growing by the day. I have a list. I listed 5 games in my backlog that I have to get to now, and it's only getting worse and worse and worse. So pretty sure I'm going to have to take off 3 weeks and just stay home and play games for that period of time. It sounds reasonable.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You could do like Shaw does and just play during work hours.
Yeah, too. Earlier, I played about an hour earlier today. We were recording at 4 on a Tuesday.
I played in preparation to come on the podcast and talk about a new game I played. So it was work.
Yeah, we definitely prepped you on these questions. We did not. Mark, how about yourself? What were you playing earlier today?
Nothing today, but I'm sort of in between video games, but that's mostly it's because I'm obsessed with this.
Whoa.
Shadow Dark.
Whoa.
Which I've talked to you guys about.
Necronomicon. He's brought it to the podcast.
Yeah. It's a tabletop RPG, like D&D adjacent. It came out a couple years ago. That's like Dungeons and Dragons, or the harkens back to original D&D, which I never played, but 70s, 80s era D&D, which was much more sort of grounded and more dangerous, but with a bunch of mechanics borrowed from 5th edition. So it's I played a lot of 5e, so it's an easy transition, and it's easy for players who are my neighbors. We had our first session yesterday. It ruled. It was so fun. Also, if you've played Baldur's Gate 3, that's based off of 5th edition. So It takes like sort of all the best, I guess, from classic stuff and new stuff, and sort of mashes it together. And it's the best thing for me is that it's very straightforward. Like there are 4 classes at the start. You can be a fighter, a priest, a thief, or a wizard. Like that. That's it. And so it makes like character creation super streamlined. Also, like you're super squishy. Like characters die all the time. The thief, he rolled 1 hit point. So at first level he had 1 hit point. So he died. He got crushed by a minotaur. So yeah, I'm having so much fun like running that, and it's I used to play, like I said, a bunch of 5e, and this is sort of like I'm back in it. It's like all I want to do is just like play again.
Very cool. What was the name of it again? Because I think I spoke over you. Surprise.
Shadow Dark. Yeah, it's like it was a huge Kickstarter success like a couple years ago, and there's another Kickstarter running right now. It might just be finishing, or probably by the time this is airing, it'll have finished. But it raised over $2 million. So it's like it's not just me playing. It's sort of like a phenomenon within the OSR RPG space, which is old school Renaissance. So yeah, Shadow Dark.
That's awesome. Very cool. Like the twist. I mean, I guess I didn't specify when I asked what games you were playing, so I'll allow it.
It's a game.
He is the champion.
It's a game.
Therefore, he gets some leeway.
Yeah, I will say I am excited to play the first DLC for Rise of the Golden Idol, which I haven't played yet. But that's like I'm looking at it in my Steam library right now, and I'll get to it.
Very exciting. Cool. Right on. Well, nice little variety of games for you guys to check out. If you're curious, looking for something to play in the sea of content that's out there. And if you have friends, you could even play some D&D. How about that?
Friends?
Wow.
We could play right now. No,
Right now?
No. I got some better games for you.
Oh boy.
All right. Yeah. So fellas, we're going to play some games. And I believe right before we started recording, Mark said the games were like being in Saw. And if that's the case, what does he say? Oh man, it was just
Would you
something
like to play a game?
Would you like
You want
to
to know how
play
I
a
got
game?
these scars?
Yeah, that one.
That's what he said. Would you like to play a game? You don't have a chance. I got 2 games for you. Good news is the first game, nothing's on the line except the ability to go first in the second game. So with that, the first game is, everybody loves it, what's on the box? Right? We all love it. We know how it works. And if you don't know how it works, I'll explain. Thanks to our vast collection of games and information about them on mobygames.com, there are a lot of titles and their box arts. So each round is a game. I will give you a segment of text that is on the back of the box of a game, and you will take turns guessing what that game is. If you get it right, you get a point. If you get it wrong, next person gets a chance to guess. Now, as usual, there will be a theme, and because I love democracy, I'm going to give you guys a choice at the start. You can choose to know the theme in vague terms, or just figure it out as you go along. So what is your decision?
I would go for know the theme, because I feel like it's going to be really hard.
It's going to be hard either way, I assure you.
Let's know the theme.
Yeah.
All right. That's Sam, your vote doesn't count
Cool.
because
Oh,
you
wow.
have been, because
Doesn't
2
matter what
have
you
already
say,
won.
yeah.
I say you should hear
matter.
the theme.
Well, then there you go.
It's decided.
The theme, in honor of our last release, is Breakout. I will not say more, and it's kind of hard to say less.
Whoa.
Shah, as you have ended up first, here is the first box quote. What title on the back does it say? All 27 NHL teams and over 600 players.
Wow.
600 players.
All my preemptive guesses have gone out the window. I'm gonna say NHL Hits 95. Is that a real game?
Nope. That game didn't start until 2001, which of course would be NHL Hits 2002. Great guess. Wrong answer. Sam, what do you think?
NHL, the other one.
Not a real game? Bad guess?
2000
But it's an answer.
something.
Mark, what would be your guess?
Is this Hockey Dungeon? The game where all NHL players have to break out from a subterranean crypt?
No, but I want to play that game.
Doesn't that sound cool? I don't think that's
sound really cool. But this was actually on the back of the box of 1998's NHL Breakaway 99.
Breakaway.
Okay, here we go.
Now I get it.
All right, let's start with different people for each round. Sam, you'll start first this round. What box had this on the back of it? Face your friends on the fairway. Sorry, there's an exclamation point at the end of this. Face your friends on the fairway.
The fairway. Everybody's golf break. That's the one.
Who could forget that class? No, that's not it. Mark, what's your guess?
So I guess we're saying the theme is the word break is in the title somewhere. It's not.
The theme is Breakout. I will not say more. I will not say less.
Maybe it could have out in the title.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Mario Golf Out. That one?
No, that's not a game. Another bad
Mike Tyson's
guess.
Golf Out.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Oh,
no,
I would play that.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, why not? Man, could you imagine a golf game that's just all retired athletes? Let me cut this out of
film golf
so that we can make it. I'm gonna call Wade up. Shah, what's your guess?
Hot Shots Golf Outbreak.
No, but you were very close. The title is 2008's Hot Shots Golf Out of Bounds.
Wow.
Was Hot Shots Everybody's Golf? Is that the same series?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Also, I like an exact title. So just a heads up. Mark, you're going to go first on this round. I have the utmost confidence that none of you will get this. But if it makes you feel any better, they get easier. Specifically after this one. What was this on the box of? The subconscious is a state in which reality is just a visitor.
Say it again. One more time. Need to process.
Yeah, all right. I'll write that down for you. Here we go. The subconscious is a state in which reality is just a visitor. I could not believe that this was written on the back of anything, but it kind of makes sense on the back of this one.
Out of this world.
No, that is not right. Shah, what do you think?
I
actually really like this game.
The Outer Wilds.
Nope, that is definitely a game though. Sam,
I got nothing.
you want to guess? Just say the name of a game. Any game.
Sam and Max, a Devil's Playhouse.
Well, that is a game, but that's not right.
Not in theme. That's the only thing I can think of.
This was on the back of the Xbox game from 2004, Breakdown. Anybody know what this game is?
It's got to be some kind of third-person action.
Nope, you got wrong.
Is this the one where the subconscious reveals the true whatever?
Oh,
Visitors of the mind.
The state in which reality is just a visitor. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. This is the first-person brawler game. It's like you fight a lot of hand-to-hand fighting. It's kind of like Matrix coded in a way, and it was kind of notorious because it actually started with you like throwing up in a toilet. Like this girl shows up in your room and you eat a burger. Like everything is in first person. You even like the way you move. So like if you climb on a ledge, like the camera kind of moves around with you. It's pretty intense. Good game. Cliffhanger ending, which we will never get a sequel to, but highly recommend it. Breakdown. All right. Well, this is a very exciting game so far. You're all tied with 0, but I feel like this has got to break soon. So Shaw, you're back to going first here. What game has this on the back of the box of? Experience the fun of arcade racing. You want me to repeat that one?
Yep.
Experience the fun of arcade racing.
Huh.
Yeah.
Need for Speed Break.
Nope.
Dang it.
I don't think that's a real thing.
Could
Sam, what do you think?
Outrun 2000.
No.
3000.
No, you can't take guesses. Mark?
Outrun 2001.
No, the game was Outrun 2.
2.
You were close.
2003. But hey, like I said,
too many zeros in there.
You're getting close. Getting close. All right. Sam, I feel like you got this. You should be able to get this one. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Time is power.
Time is power, isn't it? That's the whole quote.
That's the whole quote. That is the first thing it says. I'm literally looking at the box right now. Letters. Time is power.
Time is power. Time is power.
Do you want me to recap the answers so far? Do you think that'll help?
No, I don't think. I don't think so. You can. You give me more time to think about it.
Yeah, sure. So we got NHL Breakaway 99. We have Hot Shots Golf Out of Bounds. We have Breakdown and Outrun 2.
Okay.
Something where you like manipulate time.
Something. Yeah. Is it Blinks? Blinks the Time Sweeper?
Nope. Sure isn't. Mark.
I don't know.
Time is power.
Time is power.
Mm-hmm.
What's the game where you can like rewind time?
I'm trying to think.
I don't
We've
know.
already established it's not Blinks, which is a game where you could.
Has break in the title.
Like or out. God, I don't know. This game just depresses me. It's impossible to get the right answer.
I'm pretty confident it'll have break in the
Time break. Time breakers.
No, that sounds like a cool game. I don't think that's the real.
I've invented 3 cool games.
Yeah, your hockey breaking out of jail game sounds great. I like it.
And Mike Tyson's golf out. Come on.
Oh yeah, true. That's a great one.
Right.
Shaw, what do you think?
Time Splitters : Outbreak.
No, love a good Time Splitters game though. This was Remedy's Quantum Break.
Oh, that's the one I haven't.
2016. Really great game. Really great game.
With
Time is power.
what's
Don't
his
forget
face?
Time is power in that game. I bet.
All right. No, I definitely overestimated Sam's ability on that one, but I will not do the same for you, Mark. Mark, I know you got this. Here we go. A fledgling space program search for answers in a strange, constantly changing solar system.
Is this Outer Wilds?
Yes, it is. There you
Hey.
go.
Wow.
Finally,
I don't.
Wow.
1 point.
I
finally,
feel great about it because it's previously
Mark
guessed,
with a strong lead of 1.
I should get a quarter of a point for that.
yeah.
Why? What's your quarter of the point for?
Because I said the name of the game.
Yeah.
I technically said the name of the Outrun one. I just added some extra syllables afterwards.
Right, but you were wrong. So
No. I said it, and then the word 1,000 was just an extra thought.
That's true.
Unrelated to my answer.
We demand justice.
Oh, okay. Well,
Outrun 2.
I'll tell you what, in the comments, why don't you relitigate that? And might I remind you that nothing is on the line for this game except to go first in the next one. And even then, nothing's on the line there either. We're just having fun. All right, Shah, here we go. We got another one here. 2 more rounds of this.
Wow.
I feel good about this one. I feel like you got this.
Yeah, I got it.
Supporting Nintendo 64's high-res mode and featuring Acclaim Sports proprietary motion capture animation.
Okay.
I think it's an N64 game.
Yeah, Acclaim sports game. All I can think of is NFL Blitz, so my guess is NFL Blitz.
No, that's not it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sam, what do you think?
Some kind of sport. Has to be, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, allegedly, that would be a weird thing to use Acclaim Sports proprietary motion capture animation or, like some sort of dinosaur.
It's got to be a wrestling game, but I don't know the names of those.
Oh, okay.
WrestleMania. This time it's Break.
Nope.
That was a good
Mark?
That was a good one. I remember playing that.
Can you say it one more time?
Yeah, sure. Supporting Nintendo 64's high-res mode and featuring Acclaim Sports proprietary motion capture animation.
Yeah.
Did that
break ankle breakers. The basketball game.
No, that would be that's on the back of the box of NHL Breakaway 98.
Come on, man.
You can't
More
do
NHL.
that.
What do you mean? I just did.
What I'm talking about. It's stupid.
I don't think Acclaim made a wrestling
By the
game.
way, if you haven't looked up the back of the boxes at this point, if you're listening, you said, man, what do the back of the boxes look like for these NHL breakaway games? They are bad. It's just like it's just all small text and screenshots, but the small text is just, these little details. And somehow you're like, oh, well, surely it had to get better for, in 99. And in a way, it's worse. Like they regressed in graphic design.
They fired their graphic designer.
Better. It's crazy. Like, look it up. I'm telling you, you guys, now that I've told you the answers, you can look it up freely. But there's one more round. Sam, this is your chance to tie.
Yeah, this one's easy.
The reigning champion. Oh, you want a pre-guess?
No.
Oh, okay. Got it.
No. Please continue.
Okay, here we go. By the way, that game came out in 1997. I don't think I said that. Here we go. Lost in transit while a colonist ship bound for the furthest edge of the galaxy, you will wake decades later than you expected while finding yourself in the midst of a deep conspiracy on the verge of destroying the Halcyon colony.
Halcyon colony. I should know this, but I probably don't. Is it a Star Wars? Is it a Jedi Outcast? Star Wars Jedi Outcast.
Well, that would have been a good one to put in this list, but I didn't. Mark, what's your guess for the win? For the decisive win?
Is it Outer Worlds?
Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
Wow.
This is why he's
Outers.
the champ. This is why he's the champ. Everyone.
I get very lucky that I get the 2 answerable questions.
Mark, do you want to
They're almost identical in name.
Yeah.
Mark, do you want to make a victory speech before we go to the next game?
I mean, it would just be complaining more about how rigged these games are, even though I won both times.
You won.
Rigged in my favor. Now, let's just move on.
All right, fair enough. Now, we have just had a game based around Breakout. And of course, we are between releases of Breakout and iRobot. So I thought, hey, let's have a game themed around iRobot in the most vague way possible. So what I'm calling this game is Hi Robot. I have found a list online by Game Rant of the best robots in video games. There are 19 robots on this list. We will have 3 rounds. Each round, you guys will pick a robot and you will get points based on where enlisted is, unless it's 0, in which case you will get 0. But they'll basically get it. You'll get points in reverse order. So if it's 1, you get 19. If it's 2, you get 18, etc., etc. And if you want to know how they decided to do this list, allow me to tell you. I will start this up. So here's what they say. Video games can take people to imaginary places and bring creatures, animals, and characters to life. They also give us the opportunity to explore concepts that are not possible in reality, such as robots. Not possible. Anyway, robots are littered throughout the video game world. Science fiction games seem to always feature a robot, and they are usually given a likable personality. Robots flourish in pop culture because they are not too far off from where they are in reality. But the robots on this list are very fictionalized. So they have and this has been updated on January 7th of this year. And they say the idea of interacting with or controlling robots is something that many of video games play around with. Players love interacting with advanced AIs in physical bodies who either help the protagonist or stand in their way, leading to some memorable gameplay moments featuring these artificial characters. The best video game robots stand out because of how iconic and well-written they are, becoming an integral part of any video game they're featured in. So now you have a sense of where the authors are in this ranking. Okay. Now, some of these names, I'll give a little more grace than I have previously. So if you're close enough, or if you know the game name, but not the exact name of the robot, you have to be pretty close. You have to get the robot, like if a robot has a bunch of numbers and you get one number wrong, I'm not going to ding you on it. All right. Or if I don't think the robots are generally, if you don't know their names in the public eye, but you know the name of the game, I'll kind of allow a little bit of wiggle room here. Okay. So I will be a little bit more generous than usual in this game. Are we all clear on the rules?
Yes.
Of what we're doing? We're talking about robots for iRobot. Mark, as the champion of the last game, what would you say Game Rant thinks is the best robot in games?
I will say the evil robot from Knights of the Old Republic, HK-47.
Wow. See, that was one of those where I'm like, I don't know if anybody's going to know this, but that is correct. That is on the list. That is number 4. So that gives you 16 points. A hell of an opening bid. Very nice. Anything you want to say about this guy without spoiling?
Well, I guess I spoiled a little bit.
It's a bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't played Knights of the Old Republic, you should get on that. Yeah, he's like an incredible. I played the game like, I don't know, 15 years ago or something, but he's an incredibly well-written, or it is an incredibly well-written character. That's what I remember. And being really funny.
Hell yeah. Sam, what's your guess?
I think I gotta go with a Mega Man. A robot in games.
I don't know how to tell you this, but Game Rant disagrees with you.
What the hell?
Either that Mega Man is not a robot, or that
that's not true.
Him, or they hate him more than 19 others, or they dislike him quite a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry. Got more rounds coming. Shaw, what do you got?
Got more robots.
I'm going to say Rob, who I only know from Super Smash Brothers.
Rob the robot?
Yeah.
Also not in the list.
Wow.
Maybe a runaway success for Mark.
Who wrote this article?
You guys want it? You guys want
some words?
Recap? You want a score recap after one round?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. So Mark is in first place with 16 points. Sam and Shaw, you guys are tied for last with a big old goose egg there.
Dang it.
But a couple rounds remain. Mark, what's your second guess?
Iconic robots. I'm staying close to home with this. I don't know, like, this is maybe stretching it a bit, but Shodan from System Shock?
No, not on this list. I would say that. So
it's an AI or robot.
Let's try to just understand a little bit here what's going on, because Shodan, I'd say, is more of an AI than a robot. Mega Man may be considered more of an android than a robot. I don't know what the difference is, but Mega Man looks like a man. Man is in the title, right? So maybe
Yeah,
that's
it's
what's
true.
going on. And Rob was not really a character.
He's in Smash
Let's
Brothers.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and remember the. I don't want to try to help you guys, but I do want to make a bit of a competition out of this. Keep in mind what it says about, they mention writing and connecting with people. All right, so just keep that in mind. Sam, what's your second guess?
GLaDOS.
See, this is why I bring a competitor to take Mark down in a couple notches. All right,
Wow.
can't have this guy just running around all
Mhm.
top of the world. Someone's gotta bring it to him. That is number one on this list.
Wow.
So 19 points for Sam from
Thank you.
2007's Portal. Shah, what's your next guess? Time to get in the game.
Yeah, I'm in it. I'm so bad at this. B9 or C2 or what are the the ones?
You just keep yelling out numbers, and
Ones from
Me too.
one of these will
that
connect.
platinum game. And you
Oh,
Oh,
know what I'm saying?
I
oh,
think.
interesting.
Maybe.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. There's this one with a short skirt, and she's in other games.
Yeah, what's who could that be? And what's the game?
Oh my god!
I said I'd be generous. I'm not going to be that generous.
I know. What is that game?
Yeah, what is it?
Nier Automata, the robot from Nier Automata. Yeah, the girl.
Do you want to take a guess at the name?
Yeah, I don't know. B9. It's not right.
You gave me enough pieces. I will be, and I said I'd be generous. I'll be generous here, especially since you got to the name, and you got half of the letters / numbers right. 2B from Nier Automata.
Now she's more of a robot than Mega Man.
Yes, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, well, she's number 2 on the list, so that would mean that. So that gives Shaw the second place with 18 points. This is great, coming down to the wire in the third round. I think. Was Mega Man ever a real boy, and then they made him a robot?
No, well, he's a robot. I'm thinking of Astro Boy. Never mind. I was about to say he was a real boy, and then that's Astro Boy's origin. So no, I'm pretty sure he was always a robot.
Yeah, don't know why Mega
Made to
Man.
look like a boy.
Maybe because if they did put Mega Man on the list, this would just be a list of Mega Man characters. Because then you'd have, like Rush should be on this list. Love Rush.
Rush, yeah.
Zero, who's arguably cooler than Mega Man.
Well, it sounds like it's not iconic robots. It's like what am I trying to say? The most well known robots. They connect with you more, right?
I think it's like best written. I don't know. Sometimes you can't understand. You can't understand these people. Well, we got one more round. We're down to the wire. Here's the score recap. Mark is now devastatingly in last place with 16 points.
Whoa.
Shaw's in second place with 18 points. Sam is in a commanding first place spot with 19 points. Mark, what do you got? Final guess.
Give me Claptrap from the Borderlands
That's a good
series.
I was gonna say that.
Claptrap, number 8 in the list. Which gives you 12 points.
Wow.
Back on top. Sam, what do you got?
Well, that was mine, but I'm gonna say Clank, Ratchet and Clank.
Oh man,
He's a great robot.
That's a good one.
Sam with the rope-a-dope.
He's got a good story.
Number 6 on the list.
Yeah.
14 points. Sam is at the top.
Which
means Shah, you either have to get the 3rd place or the 5th place in order to beat or tie Sam. I can't imagine a world where anybody would say the 5th place one. It's so weird.
I'm gonna say the Terminator from the Terminator games.
Who could forget the well-written Terminator?
Yeah.
Terminator games. No, that is not on this list. Sam is the winner. Mark, give him your crown. Hand it over.
How is it?
Thank you.
Can you
Do they
review the
got Five Nights
scoring
at
for
Freddy's
this?
on that list?
How does scoring work for this?
How does scoring work? Well, first, so I will tell you that because Sam got the first place, which is worth 19 points. Again, there's 19 names on this list. And he got the sixth place, which is worth 14 points. You
Okay.
have the fourth place, which is worth 16 points, and eighth place, which is worth 12 points.
Okay.
So Sam beat you 33 to 28. Shaw, he was here as well, and he just got one, which I mercifully gave him, which was 2B and Near Automata.
Thank you.
And that gave him 18 points because that was second place. Do you feel robbed, Mark? Now do you care?
No. This is on the up
Who
and up.
was the fifth place
Is it
one that you
rigged towards
said?
you, Mark?
Yeah. What's the rest of the list?
All right, here's the rest of the list. So we know first place is GLaDOS from Portal. 2 is 2B from Nier Automata. 3 is Legion from Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember a Mass Effect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy's good. 4, HK47 from Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. 5, this is the one I couldn't imagine anybody getting this. You remember Detroit Become Human?
From Astrobot, right?
Remember that game?
He's in Astrobot. I know that guy.
Now let me ask you this: do you
He
remember
puts the fish
Connor?
in the tank.
Do you remember Connor from Detroit Become Human?
The guy that was
like,
doing the hostage negotiation in the beginning.
Yeah. Everybody
Iconic robot.
If anybody said Connor, I would have lost my mind. No way. 6 was Clank from Ratchet and Clank. 7 was BT7274 from Titanfall 2. 8 was Claptrap from Borderlands. 9 was, I think it's Aegis from Persona 3 Reload. And Persona 3, I guess, depending on which one. They wrote Reload. 10 is Bastion from Overwatch 2. 11, this is one where I was saying what I was thinking of specifically.
Well-written robots. From that one YouTube short, right?
Yeah.
Great written YouTube short, yeah. Plus all the fan fiction, right? This one specifically was one where if someone said those 2 co-op robots from Portal 2, I would have given it. But Atlas and Peabody.
Yeah,
from Portal
I love
2,
those guys.
Victor from Fallout New Vegas. BD1, we're at 13 now. BD1 from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. 14 was Nick Valentine from Fallout 4. 15 was the Thunderjaw from Horizon Zero Dawn.
The Thunderjaw.
What?
Thunderjaw.
Well written.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Wonderful branching dialogue with the Thunderjaw.
You remember the
It's more iconic than Mega Man or who else do we say?
Oh, get ready. Pathfinder from Apex Legends. Okay. This one's great. Who could forget how well written Jack from Gears 5?
Oh, yeah.
They specifically called out from Gears 5, but Jack is in all the Gears games, so that's
but
Gears 5 is where
he really steps up.
Yeah, you fall in love with Jack.
Okay, these are crazy. If you thought Mega Man, you're gonna be mad by Mega Man's omission here. Wait for this. 18, Mineru's Construct from The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
What? Get that out of here. Get that off that list.
And then number 19, the Guardian Stalker from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
You can't have 2.
No, they're 2 from separate games. Each one from
right, okay.
One was Breath of the Wild, one was Tears of the Kingdom. So there you go. That was High Robot, and Sam is the winner. Congrats,
Thank
Sam.
you.
Everybody
Yay.
Yay, Sam.
Thank you.
Good work.
Good job, Sam.
It feels good to win.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Well, with that, we've come to the end. A brisk, brief, and I'm going to say fun, whether you guys like it or not. So, Sam is the winner. You get to plug all your social stuff first. Where are you at? Where do people find?
I'm Smug Porky on every platform. I'm on everything. Smug
He's
Porky.
on everything. Smug Porky. There you go. Cool. Hopefully you can hear the cops.
They're on their way.
They're here.
Investigate the results here.
The validity of the game. They want to test my math. Second place, Mark. You're not on the socials. You can find him on the streets.
Mm-mm.
Shah,
Don't look.
what about you? Don't look on the streets. Don't look on social.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Blue Sky. Find me on Blue Sky. It's just Shah Faridi on Blue Sky. Maybe I'll start using that. Twitter's makes me sad.
Yeah.
Yep. Same. Find me on Blue Sky at Jays of Doom. You can find me there. And I am always lurking in the YouTube comments, seeing what you all are saying and reading the reviews when you post them. So a reminder, if you made it this far, hey, you probably like the show, right? You like what we're doing here. Then please give us a review on iTunes. That'll help expose us to other audiences, and it'll make me feel better about myself. So thanks again for listening. Thank you, fellas, for joining me and enduring this this fun gauntlet of games. Right? You had a great time.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at all those,
I won.
smiles.
It's great.
I'm just happy to
All
be here.
Aren't
Thanks for
we all?
including me.
Until next time. Thanks for listening.